In this video, I'm going to give you an unlimited money and XP exploit that works after patch 1.3.0 in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Okay, so after patch 1.3.0, the Beggar Raven glitch was nerfed. Check out my video about that. But there is another money exploit that I don't think anybody's talking about. It has to do with the Wrath of the Druids. So you get the Wrath of the Druids DLC, and there's this one-eyed woman, Azar, who sets you up with the trading system. So in the trading system, you can set up 7 trading posts, right? 1 for luxuries, 2 for clothes, 2 for delicacies, and 2 for texts, right? So those are the 4 components. You want to get all those set up, and you want to fully upgrade those. In particular, you want to make them so that they're producing 2 per minute, and you also want to have max storage capacity. This is really easy to do, although I notice on the Xbox trophies, only 4% of people have upgraded Dublin to a number 5 trading status. That is, you've completed all the quests. You've got all the armor sets. She has like 5 armor sets that she gives out. Azar does. If you deliver her the clothes, the luxuries, the delicacies, and the texts, and then you get to that level. So what happens when you get to that level, and even before that, but it's best when you get to the top level, is that you've got a chest that will hold 480 clothes, 400 of the ale or the delicacies, 400 of the texts, and 100 of the ivory or luxuries. And if you deliver 50 luxuries or 100 of the texts, clothes, or ale, delicacies, then you get 40 silver, and you also get 50 XP for each one of those deliveries, right? And you get, if you got a fully upgraded trading system, then you're going to get 4 of these things per minute for everything except the luxuries, which you're going to get 2 per minute of gameplay. All right? So every time you play the game, you should repeatedly go back at the end of playing for a couple hours and loot that chest, which is right by Azar, and then sell all those things back to Azar, and you'll get, 50 XP for every 100 of the 3 items, and 50 XP for 50 of the luxuries, and you'll get 40 silver pieces, right? And that adds up because, a full chest will give you about 560 silver, right? Plus a lot of XP in addition to that. And you're not doing anything. You're only spending 2 minutes to fast travel back to Dublin and go to Azar's place, which is marked clearly on your HUD and on the map, right? So it's just like a 2-minute transaction. You loot the chest, then you sell all those things back to Azar. Now, you can actually make money when you're not playing too. So you can make silver and XP when you're not playing and allow your chest to fill up, right? So I found on the Xbox Series X that the setting is to idle after 10 minutes, right? So you only get 10 minutes of accruing these items. But if you change the settings under preferences and idle, then you can idle for 60 minutes, and you just have, if you keep the Xbox on, but it doesn't matter for your PC or console. If you just keep it on and just let Eivor just stand there doing nothing, right? She'll be accruing those items because it's all time-based, right? And then when it gets to idle, so mine's automatically going to go to idle after an hour, right? So if I leave it on, walk away, I come back after an hour because I've changed my settings from 10 minutes to an hour, then I'm going to get an hour's worth of items, which is 240 of the clothes and the ale and the texts, and then I'm gonna get 120, actually 100 of the luxuries, because you for some reason only have a capacity of 100 for the ivory, right? So you filled your ivory after an hour, and then after an hour or more, right? You could come back several hours, but you only get an hour's worth if your idle setting on your console is an hour. Then you're good to go. Now, I did find that I did need to plug in my controller, so I wouldn't get a controller error. But in addition to how much you play Valhalla, right, the hours that you play Valhalla, you could probably add another couple hours of accruing this stuff, and that should get you, about 600 silver every day, not actually playing Valhalla, and then an associated amount of XP, 750 XP, a decent chunk of XP for not playing the game. So this is a passive silver strategy. Now, I find that when I have unlimited silver, I would like to spend about 3,000 silver per level, because you can buy a scroll of knowledge. You want to buy up all the tungsten every time you level up. You want to buy a scroll of knowledge, which will give you 1 skill point or a mastery point if you're out of skill points, if you've maxed out the skill tree. And then you would get, you probably want to get some nickel. You probably want to get all the iron you can. I find I do run out of iron. I've not run out of leather. I have almost every weapon and armor set in the game, and so that's like 50 sets. You try to upgrade 50 sets. You also want to buy all the titanium that you can every time you level up, and so that adds up to about 3,000 silver altogether each level, and this is a way to kind of get you closer to that. You may be budget constrained with this, because you're probably leveling up before that, but that extra 2 hours of passive income will be helpful, I think, per day, because I would think you would collect the passive income in the morning, and then you get it, and then you get it starting, and you collect it in the evening, and then you play the game in the evening, and you get some passive income also from the time that you're playing the game. And then you always want to loot the chest, sell all the 100 lots or 50 lots that you can to Azar, so you can bank your money. Although looting the chest is more important than actually selling to Azar, because you can have unlimited quantities of these items in your inventory. You just have a limited amount that accrues to your chest, and once your chest gets full, then with the chest that sits next to Azar, then you're not going to get any more income from your trade post property. So since the minimum power level for the Wrath of the Druids is 55, you conceivably could take advantage of this money exploit fairly early. That being said, some of the enemies are kind of high level, and so it's possible you might find this harder to do if you're not at the end game. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel, where we give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla.